Hello, it's Hump Day. Another late night video from me. Um, Today I wanted to talk about an essay that I wrote on my publication Obscenity Press called Existential Guarding. And I just wanted to make a couple comments about it. I won't try to get into the entire thing here because I spent months writing that essay, and so I do a much better job talking about it in the written form. And you can also listen to it on obscenity.press, which is a publication that I'm getting off the ground for, I guess, what I would call more serious content, less playful, less casual, more polished, and thoughtful content. But the basic concept of existential guarding is kind of creating an overarching framework for understanding the way, or understanding the kind of evolutionary biology reasons that it's so hard for us to see ourselves and the world clearly. So building off of the idea of cognitive biases and distortions and kind of pulling all of those into a framework. One of the things that's interesting about this concept of existential guarding, let me just try to define it in a nutshell before I say anything else. Basically, it's the idea that we have a kind of protective guarding response when information that could be threatening or even just inconvenient or unaligned with beliefs that we already hold, or that threatens our ego investments in some way, a whole host of things. Anytime we encounter information that threatens one of those aspects of ourselves or our identity, a complex physiological process is at play that prevents us from fully understanding potentially true information. And I think this is particularly an important concept for us to start to understand on a deeper level as a species, because it's something that impacts all of us, regardless of our beliefs and regardless of our self-knowledge. There's really no way out of it. It takes a consistent and concerted effort to work against this process, because it's fundamentally a natural process. So I would say I'll put a link in the description, but I'm not even going to do that because I'm just not there yet with my channel where I'm going to be like doing that stuff. But you can easily find it by just going to Obscenity Press. There's only a few articles up there right now. So Google existential guarding. It'll be the first hit because it's a term that I came up with myself. But one of the features of this that is unique, one of the features of this, the way that I'm talking about this concept that is unique, is that it calls to our attention the ways in which this process is at play, not only for things that we think are important. So like if you were on either side of the abortion issue, for example, you might have really strong opinions about your beliefs in regard to that issue. So it's kind of a topic where you're going to be maybe overtly guarded about defending your position. But in my essay, one of the things that I'm trying to call attention to is that this same process is at play in a much more pervasive and insidious way for things that we don't care about. So things that are not hot button issues, things that we might think of as merely irrelevant. This might look like the way that we might casually blow off or disregard a comment that we disagree with, but for the most part don't really care about. And it's this like casual and subtle process that we're most of the time not even aware that we're engaged in, that can drastically shape our worldview in ways that are virtually imperceptible to us. So like, again, the things that we are aware of being hot button issues, we're a lot more likely to actually have an awareness around our own defensiveness when it comes to those things. It's precisely the things that we don't have those feelings about that we are filtering, censoring, distorting all the time without realizing it. So that's just one aspect of this essay. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I think you'll find fascinating. And like, if you're interested in human psychology, I think it's really fascinating. And I'm quite proud of the work. I don't think anybody has fully expressed some of the ideas that I have come up with in there. So I feel, and that, you know, I talk about that in the essay too. Like, it's possible I'm just not aware of the research, but I did a lot of research in the writing of it, and I do feel like there's some original thoughts in there. And so anyway, I hope you check it out. I'm going to continue posting on Obscenity Press. I'm always working on something for that. I'm also looking for collaborators. If you know people who are potentially aligned intellectually, it'd be great to hear from you. Also would love to do some photography and art on there as well. So anyway, that's it for my video today. And I hope that you're having a great week, and I will see you tomorrow. Later.